Hello and welcome back to the Sinnoh Route Master challenge, where I attempt to complete Pokémon Platinum one area at a time. I'm not allowed to move forward until every item is collected, every trainer is battled, every NPC is spoken to, and every available Pokémon is caught. Shiny. Last episode we completed Route 201 after 52,386 encounters, so today we finally move forward. Welcome to Sandgem Town. The first thing we're going to tick off our checklist is to talk to every NPC. We start in Rowan's lab. This assistant tells us that she helped Professor Rowan create the Pokédex. This guy casually reveals that he's Dawn's dad. And then Rowan himself tells me that I've only seen 4 Pokemon so far and suggests I check the grass more often. If only he knew. Next up, the Pokemon Center. I'm told I can do things with friends upstairs. Unfortunately, I'm playing 6 versions of the game by myself. I'm told that speaking to the nurse heals your Pokemon, and that the PC is free to use, and that downstairs is apparently under maintenance. Upstairs, this girl asks if I have a funny trainer sign. I don't, but I do have 50,000 encounters of emotional damage. The guy outside tells me that I'm gonna meet a lot of Pokemon. I already have. Inside the nearby house, the guy explains that Pokemon get stronger when they battle, and his wife says I must be a good trainer. Next, we meet Dawn's family. Her granddad says that he used to help Professor Rowan with his research years ago, and Dawn's sister says that she thinks it's cool that I'm helping with the Pokédex. This woman reminds me to take some breaks. Funny. And then there's this guy who is just kind of making noises and stuff. I'm not really entirely sure what's happening here. And then finally, the Pokemart. The first guy reminds me not to forget Pokeballs if I want to catch Pokemon, and this guy suggests buying potions to keep my Pokemon healthy. Before leaving, I buy 10 Pokeballs, which gives us 1 Premier Ball for free. And with that, all NPCs have been spoken to. And since there's no items or trainers or even Pokemon to catch here, Sandgem Town is complete. So now, it's time to spin the wheel to see where we're going next. Route 202 it is. We're going to get started on this route by doing the shiny hunt first. Luckily for me, there's only one shiny that I actually need to catch here, which is Shinx. Unfortunately for me, it only appears 30% of the time. So, let the hunt begin. Days go by and the encounter counter keeps rising, and I'm starting to think, am I doing something wrong here? Until finally... oh my god, there it is. There's the Shinx. I actually can't believe the timing on this one. It's 29 minutes past midnight, March 7th, and I was doing that thing about 3 minutes ago. I turned the TV off. I'm about to go to bed, and then I was like, you know what? I'll go until past. So I had like 3 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to go. I'll do like 2 more encounters, and then it shows up. Here it is on the longest hunt yet, and I need to add on another 6. So we are at 19,494 encounters for the Shinx. That's the biggest hunt yet, not including the Chimchar because the first 8,000 encounters were a bit weird. So this is the longest hunt. But it's a 1-phase hunt. I was so sure I was going to find like another shiny Bidoof, or a Kricketot, or a, well, probably not Kricketot to be fair, or a Starly. But there it is, the Shinx. Let's go full screen. Wow. Male Shinx. We have, how many balls do we have on this account? A lot. We've got a lot. I bought a lot for each account, 10 on each. What Pokemon do we have on this account? Just the normal Chimchar and 1 Bidoof, which is level 7. Could I do a tackle? 1 tackle? I don't think it's worth it. We've got enough balls just to try and catch it. Should I try and catch it with the Premier Ball? I feel like it could go in. It's a level 3. 1 shot? Let's just try it, you know. If we get one in a Premier Ball, that'll look pretty cool. Let's try it. Is it gonna work? First time. No, it's not. No, it's not. Well, Luckily, we have plenty of Pokeballs for this. And it's not doing much damage, which is fine. We've got 14 normal balls, so let's just throw and hope. I feel like it's not going to take too long. I don't know what the percentage chance is. Oh my god, he's kicked out again before the count of 1. I'm not sure the exact percentage chance of him just kicking out each time, but with this amount of balls, surely it should be fine. We've got the Chimchar in reserve if we need to keep going. 2, 3, never mind. There we go. Wow. This is going to be a short episode, you know. This is going to be a short one. The Shinx was a 30% chance, and he's popped up. Phase 1. I mean, it was a long hunt for me, but video-wise, it's not going to really take too much time to get through it. But the first, I'm going to say, the first good shiny of the account, because the rest of them are pretty boring, to be honest. Oh, we're going straight into battle. I didn't want that. But yeah, it's a good one. I'm happy with it. I just want to get out of this grass so that we can check the nature and stuff. And we're not even going to be able to get out because the Starly wants to attack. Come on, Starly, don't be like that. We've got to flesh out the episode somehow, I guess. But let's take a look here. There it is. Wow, beautiful. Chabon nature? Chabon? Chabon. Let me Google.
차분. 차분.
Chabun.
차분.
Chabun. Which is calm. And is anyone good with the natures? Does anyone understand what nature is? Calm nature? Anyone? Any takers? Because I'm Googling it right now, and calm nature is 10% increase to special defense and 10% minus to attack, which is not the best for Starly, to be honest. You want more attacks. Special defense doesn't really matter too much on Starly, but it is what it is. So it's got 8 attack, 7 defense, 8 special attack, 7 special defense, and 7 speed. And the attacks decrease 10% as well. So it's not the best nature for Starly, but it is what it is. But yeah, we can carry on now with the rest of the video. But before that, let's just see if he can handle himself in a fight. It is level 3. We're running 3 to 4 leveled grass. So, you know, he could be in a bit of trouble here. But let's see. We didn't attack him, so he's on full health. Up against a Kricketot. We might have a chance here because Kricketot only knows Bide and Growl. So if he uses... Oh my god, that is incredible. The shine. Because of the electricity when he comes out. This is just a great sprite, you know. He only has one move, which is Tackle, of course. And yeah, with Kricketot going for Growl, this is going to be a long fight, you know, because Bide takes 3 moves as is. And Tackle, if I'm getting Growl twice in a row, I'm not going to be doing much damage here, so... There we go, he's going for the Bide, which means I missed. I missed an attack as well. Yeah, this is going to take even longer, but this Bite is going to do a lot of damage, but he needs to hit it twice. Oh, he needs to hit it a few times. That Bite did very little damage, okay. Well, yeah, okay, I'm not worried anymore. I'm not worried. I don't know why that did so little damage. I was expecting over half health, to be honest. But we'll just keep spamming Tackle. And eventually we'll finally get the win here. Oh, there's a critical hit. One more Tackle should do it, unless these Growls have done way too much. Oh my god, one more needed. Come on, let's get the win here. Kricketot going for another Bide, but it doesn't matter. That Tackle will take it down and out. We get 30 XP, which is not going to be enough for our level. Nope. But there we go. We can continue on with the episode after the longest hunt so far. I'm not sure time-wise because I've been doing like an hour here, an hour there. But it's not the longest hunt time-wise because the starters will always have the record no matter what, most likely. Show this clip again in episode 50 when I'm hunting Feebas or something. But longest encounters so far, apart from Chimchar, which we're not counting anymore. It doesn't count. The first 8,000 encounters were dodgy. So yeah, The longest hunt, but one phase and done. Alright, nice. At 1 in 8,192 shiny odds, after 19,494 encounters, I had a 90.7% chance of finding at least one shiny. This is the longest hunt so far. If you're subscribed to my channel, you would have seen I posted a poll on my YouTube page asking if I should keep each shiny on the save file I found it or transfer them all to one main file for the battles. And over 70% of you voted to move them to a single save file. So that's exactly what I did. We traded every shiny Pokemon from every game save file onto the first account. For this next part of taking on all the trainers, I thought we could just do it live. So that's what we're doing. So now that we have an entire team of shiny Pokemon, all from the different accounts, including the Piplup that has Pokerus, the Shinx, of course, Kricketot and Starly, a mixture of all the Pokemon that we've caught so far. It is time to take on the trainers in the route. So that's what we're going to do, starting with this guy right here. So, I have a confession to make. So, while I was transferring over all the Pokemon, a little glitch happened. A glitch that I didn't realise was a thing that just happened with the Melon DS emulator, which is what I'm using. So, I've transferred all these shinies over onto one account, but because of the way the transferring system works on the Melon DS, all of the other save files didn't save during the times that the Pokemon were transferred. It's like when you load up multiplayer to be able to transfer the Pokemon, the second save file is like in a different state. It's like a duplicated state. So you transfer everything across, and even though in-game you are saving, because you need to save to enter the trade system and all that stuff, and when you leave, even though that happens, it doesn't actually save anything. So, on every other account, all of the shinies are still there. So we did the poll to see whether or not we should have all shinies on one account or keep them on the games that found them. Well, we've kind of done both. So the main account, this one right here, does have every shiny on it. But every other account still has all the shinies that they found and caught. So we're doing it both ways, I guess. So no one can be unhappy. But for the sake of the series and the fact that I'm going to be battling trainers, I'm not going to be battling trainers and showing you with all 6 accounts that I'm using. I'm just going to be showing you with one account. So, you know, all shinies will still be transferred to one account to show the battles. Every other account will be keeping up with the story and the progression of the game as we go, with the Pokemon that are on that account. But you just won't see it, you know? These other accounts are just going to be used for grinds and for hunting Pokemon. So, you know, there is still going to be the shinies on these other accounts, but this main account will be the one that has everything on it. And right now, that's just going to be how it works. And that's, I think, the only way that the Melon DS emulator works, so I've got no other choice. But I thought I would use this section anyway to do a bit of a Q&A. Because, you know, I am relatively new. This is a new channel, for me at least. So a few things that people have been asking, what emulator are you using? I've already mentioned, but I'm using the Melon DS emulator. And people have said they also use it, but how do you get 6 different versions working at once? So what you've got to do is, with the ROM name, the ROM needs to be called something different. And so if you duplicate the ROM, just name it something different. So you can have Pokemon Platinum Save 1, Pokemon Platinum Save 2, and so on. Just have 6 different versions of the ROM. And that'll be 6 different save files. If you have 6 all called exactly the same thing, it's just one save file, so it won't work. So you need to rename the ROMs each time, and that's how it works. We've got Chimchar to level 9 though, going up a full level from one fight against a level 5. I need to check right now. Did we get Pokerus? Because Pokerus speeds up leveling. Because obviously Piplup had Pokerus, it can transfer. No, it didn't. So, we're just getting a lot of XP for killing level 5s, for taking out level 5s, okay. Well, never mind then. Never mind, let's continue. So another question people have been asking is, how am I managing to progress so much so quickly? And the easiest and quickest answer is, I've had 2 weeks off work, so I've had more time to be able to play the game. And yeah, this is all I've been doing. I've been playing the game and spending time with my family. So I've had more time. So I said in episode 1, but don't expect episodes so frequently. So far, first 3 episodes, yes, it's been like every week. But that will slow down, and it's going to slow down from the next episode. But yeah, that is why I've been able to progress so much so far. Another question people have asked is, why the Korean version of the game? And I mentioned this in episode 1 as well, as we take on the first Burmy, the first new thing that we've seen. Actually, what move is this? Is this Bite? Dobil? Dobil. Is this Bite? It is Taunt. Okay, never mind. This is why I need to learn the words of Korean. But the reason I'm playing the Korean version is because I love Korean. My wife is Korean. My daughter, she's 2.5 years old, is Korean. Well, half Korean, I guess, as well. And I've been visiting Korea every year since 2018. So I've been a lot. And I met my wife when I was over there for 9 months when I was volunteering teaching English over there. And we met. I wasn't teaching her English, but I met her over there. And yeah, that was how we met. And been together since 2020. So yeah, a long time. We have one trainer here which we talked to make sure we've spoke to every NPC. What did he say? Do I recognize any of these words? No, I do not. I'm gonna say that items can be found in some areas of the game as well. So the next task of the route, obviously we've spoke to every NPC now because of this one NPC which we just spoke to. We've battled every trainer. We've caught every Pokemon possible in one phase. Thank you, Shinx, even though it was the longest hunt yet. And the final thing to do is get every item on the route. And the only item you can see is 5 steps to the left. So can we reach it without battling a wild Pokemon? Let's see. No, we cannot. We got close. Imagine if that Kricketot was shiny though. That would be interesting. But yeah, the next episode is gonna take longer because I'm no longer off work. It is Sunday night as I'm recording this. I'm back to work on Monday. And yeah, that's gonna be it. But this is a potion, I believe. Let's just check. Do we have... Yeah, we have 2 potions now. So yes, it was a potion that we just found there. We don't have many balls in this account because obviously I had to use a lot of balls to catch 9 Pokemon to transfer all the shinies over, but that's fine. We can restock now that we've got a bit more cash from the trainers. We have... how much cash? I thought it usually says here. Does it not say the cash? Oh, 1,740. That doesn't seem like a lot. Hold on. Let's just quickly go to the mod. I know we're going a bit off here. I should jump down on the other ledge. But we're just doing it live. We're doing it live. Who cares, man? It's the end of the episode. I feel like we should have more cash than 1,700 and whatever it was. Because I feel like I had that left over before I even battled any of the trainers. So we'll see. Maybe it's just because of the Korean 1. Because that's what it's saying. And maybe it's just converting the numbers wrong in this version. Let's have a look. Oh, we do only have 1,740. Okay, I thought I had a lot more than that. So I can only buy 8 balls? So even though I'd just be 3 trainers, I must have only got like 200 cash? Something like that? Because I swear I could only get 7 balls earlier, now I can get 8. So, interesting, you don't get much money there. But it is what it is. And also 1, if it was 1,741, which is what it's saying for cash, that is not much money at all. Because Korean 1, let me convert the currency here. So 1,001, which sounds like a lot, is like 50 pence English money, which is about what, 60 cents? 70 cents? I don't know the conversion from English to American dollars, but it's like 70 cents, I want to say. So it's not much at all. So 201 for a Pokeball is like pennies. It is nothing. So yeah, the Koreans are living in this game, you know, everything is incredibly cheap. But yeah, I guess that's it for the live section here at the end of this episode. We have now completed Route 202, which means we can advance to Jubilife City, and I'm sure post-commentary me will have something a bit smarter to say. So, let's get to him now. Now that Route 202 is complete, it is time to spin the wheel yet again to see where we're going next. And it lands on Lake Verity. So we walk into Lake Verity to see what's going on. We look at the water. Beautiful. And we walk back out again. There is absolutely nothing that we can do in Lake Verity yet. So for now, the area is complete. So yet again, it is time to spin the wheel to see where we're moving to next. Route 219 it is. Similar to Lake Verity, there's not really much we can do yet, so we pick up the one antidote that is available, and for now, the route is complete. This leaves just one option, Jubilife City. But before we go there, this is where we end the episode. But don't click off the video yet, there's still something important at the very end. Here's the episode recap. Unlike the others so far, there was only one capture, Shinx, after 19,494 encounters, taken 14 hours, 56 minutes and 53 seconds. So, I know I said in episode 1, don't expect these episodes so frequently, and so far the next two have came out a week after each other. This next episode's not going to take a week, it's going to take longer. This is why. Jubilife City has over 100 NPCs. So, for the speak to every NPC rule, we're going to change it slightly. Instead of speaking to every single person individually and telling you what they're saying, we'll just do a building by building sweep, because no one fully cares about that rule anyway, I don't think. But the real challenge begins after Jubilife City. We have 3 options of where we can go next, and one of these options will be selected in the next episode. The first option is Route 218. If we roll Route 218, we unlock the Old Rod, which means the first fishing hunt of the series. But fishing encounters don't sync between saves, meaning I'll probably only be able to hunt on 1 game instead of 6. So it could take 6 times longer. But at the end of it, we will get a shiny Magikarp. The second option is potentially the worst option, Route 204. There are 3 encounters that we would need on Route 204. A Zubat, a Budew, and a Wurmple. Zubat is only a 10% encounter rate at night only. Budew is 15% in the morning, 25% during the day, and 15% at night. Wurmple is only a 10% encounter rate during the morning and the daytime. So we have 2 problems here. The first problem is I can't hunt Zubat and Wurmple at the same time, and they both have small encounter rates, meaning I would need to do 2 separate hunting sessions. The second problem is that Wurmple evolves into 2 different Pokémon, and I can't guarantee which Pokémon I'm gonna get, meaning I'm gonna need to catch multiple shiny Wurmple at a 10% encounter rate. It could take 5 shiny Wurmple before I get both Silcoon and Cascoon. I don't know. So if we roll this route, this is a nightmare. And then the third option, Route 203. Route 203 has 2 encounters that we need. The Zubat, again at a 10% chance during the nighttime, and Abra. Abra is a 15% shiny chance during any time of the day, so that is fine, we can hunt for Abra and Zubat at the same time. The problem, however, is that Abra knows Teleport. There is no possible way that we can keep Abra in the battle. We can't put him to sleep, we can't stop him teleporting out. We can only throw a Pokeball and hope. At full health, Abra's catch rate with a Pokeball is just 28%. Meaning, if we find a shiny Abra, there's a good chance it'll run away. We might need to find 3 or 4 before we actually manage to catch one. And at 15% encounter rate, this is going to take a long time. The only positive that comes out of this route is that we progress further towards the direction we need to go to, so we can save the other 2 routes for later. But again, it's up to the random wheel. We don't know where we're going to go next. So here's a question to you. Which grind would you prefer to do? The fishing grind? The double nightmare grind? Or the teleporting Abra gamble? Either way, one of those will be happening next episode. The Korean word of the episode is un, which means luck. And after nearly 20,000 encounters for a single shiny Shinx, I think we needed some. Next episode, we enter Jubilife City, and then after that, the real nightmare begins. And finally, thanks to everyone who keeps tuning in for each and every episode that's been released so far. The support is insane, I really wasn't expecting it, and I feel so happy and motivated to continue this series. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment on what you thought, and I'll see you next time.